All right, this is Rudy. It's Thursday, March the 5th, and Gerald and I were going to try to wake up this morning and arrange a visit with Paul Hansen, because Ken Hovind had stated that Paul Hansen has had 0 visitors. And so we said, well, this is a great opportunity. We went to go visit Ken Hovind. I think it was night before last, and I think it was Gerald and George Lujak that got in and actually had a chance to visit with Ken Hovind. There was another gentleman and myself that were going to go visit as well. And I was going to go visit Seamus Cotner Marshall, which is a young man that Ken Hovind had led to the Lord recently. And I signed in, I put all my stuff in the locker, I was ready to go. I took all, they won't let you take a pen or notepad or anything. So I was like stripped down just like they do at the TSA. The other gentleman was going to go with me, but they required a social security number. And the other gentleman I was with, he don't use a social security number because it's a contract with the state. So they wouldn't let him go back because he wouldn't provide a social security number. So I kind of respect him for taking that position, but at the same time, I was going to go back and visit, right? And this Seamus Cotner Marshall. And then right at the last minute, right before, they allowed me to, walk through the TSA metal detector, he said, we've just found that Seamus Cotner Marshall has had another visit within the past 7 days, and therefore you are not allowed to go back. So I was not allowed to go visit Seamus Cotner Marshall, but George Lujak and Gerald did spend a little bit of time with Ken Hovind the other night. So anyway, I wanted to update on that. So this morning, the policy has always been, folks, ever since I've got involved in this thing, since, December of last year, that if you're from out of state and you call in the morning, you can arrange a time to visit with the prisoner that day, even if you're from out of state. Even though they have specific visitation hours, if you're from out of state, you can visit them that day. Well, I talked to Deputy Allen, A-L-L-E-N, and she said that her shift supervisor, Sergeant Jarvis, has implemented, is enforcing a policy change because they're having they're incorporating some sort of video visitation, or that isn't even working yet. It's not even working yet, but they're enforcing the policy change that you can no longer visit prisoners if you're from out of state, and that you have to wait until the particular week's visitation time. And I think Paul Hansen's is tomorrow, but I'll be in court. So, it's not going to work out. And so, anyway, folks, I just wanted, we were going to go visit Paul Hansen today, right? But they will not let us do that. I was denied by Sergeant Jarvis and Deputy Allen. And it's just a parade of, craziness about, the policy. The policy has always been this, and now they changed the policy. The policy used to be you could take notes in the hallway. Now you can't take notes in the hallway. Like I said before, everything in Pensacola is out of order. We got the parking lot meter out of order. The coffee pots are out of order. The vending machines are out of order. The phones are out of order. The hotel, I paid for a deluxe room. The phones don't work. The phones are out of order. The wireless here stinks. It's just absurd, and it prevents me from checking my email properly and uploading videos or anything like that. So that's why I have to stick to audio. I don't even think I'm using the wireless in the hotel. I think it's just going right out over the phone. But the biggest thing that's out of order, as I said last night, in Pensacola, Florida, is this Judge Margaret Casey Rogers and Tiffany Hope Eggers and Scott Snyder. But God will get the victory, and we're going to pray these devils down, and we're going to throw down Margaret Casey Rogers and pray that she gets taken down from her position of authority and put in her rightful place, which is in an orange jumpsuit, or just pray that God's justice comes upon her, and whatever that might be. And if God decides to take her out, then God decides to take her out. But she has done tremendous damage to the body of Christ in how she's persecuting Ken Hovind and also Paul Hansen. Anyway, guys, I just wanted to document that I did try to visit Seamus Cotner Marshall, was denied. I did try to visit, Gerald and I did try to visit, arrange a visit with Paul John Hansen, was denied, and let it be recorded. And what's done in the dark will be brought to the light, and these evil bastards will be exposed for the evil they are doing.